Okay, welcome to Impact Primetime. Now, this is technically not Impact Primetime because Impact Primetime is a different thing. This is more like Impact Live, like the first night of Junior Impact. That's right. So we're going to be doing some morning Impact type stuff. It's been a year since you've seen us do these kind of things, and so tonight it's a refresher course. And so here's Skid.
Hey, Skid.
What's up? Hey, everybody.
Do you have a matching? How do you feel about the matching mask? That looks really good.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Impressed. I just went with the University of Memphis mask. It's a buff that I cut some ear holes in.
Shout out to my friend Abby who made this for me from an old shirt. I've got multiple shirts.
Oh, that's from an old shirt.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There you go.
Okay. So, yeah, keep going.
Well, I feel like I'm on stage. I mean, this literally feels like the same, except y'all are extraordinarily close, which, as most of you know me, I don't care
And I
for.
want to look down here to see the North Atlanta people, and I want to look up there to see the Crossbridge folks.
And I want to yell the word Tennessee, so there's a huge pop from Tennessee fans. Anyways, yada yada. So Rubio, you had this crazy idea.
I did.
We're gonna watch. You don't have to get poopy now.
Okay.
I mean, we haven't seen it unfold yet.
Yeah, I don't actually think there's any reason to get poopy.
Okay, so if you know my friend Rubio, which I would hope most of you do, sometimes Rubio is ambitious.
Can you look up the word sometimes, the definition of the word sometimes? I'm going to need to check that.
I get excited.
I think that's accurate.
In years past, it was me jumping all over the stage, hugging Skidmore. My knees won't allow me to do that anymore. Spoiler alert for those that will someday aspire to be 48 years old. But nowadays, I get ideas. And I go with them. And I had an idea. Actually, this is an idea. Most of you probably saw. Do you want me to set this video up right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you see the logo in the background. This is we're going to be tying into lots of television show things. So we're going to kick it to a video in a moment, but let me set this up. So most people here will remember that we did. We announced a couple of months ago, 7-ish weeks ago, 7.5 weeks ago. We announced that we would be doing Digital Impact, because we weren't going to be able to be on campus. That decision was made for us. And I think we all understand now is probably the best thing. But it was hard. And I almost immediately thought, well, actually, it wasn't my thought originally. And it wasn't the Journal's thought. I'll just let you see whose idea it was. And then you're going to watch this play out over the week. I hope you enjoy. Roll the tape.
I'm sure it turned out well.
How'd it go, Daddy?
You know, I think it went okay. I don't know. We just canceled Impact for everybody. How could something like that go? I hope it went fine. I hope so.
You know, it's just too bad that you can't take Impact to them.
Oh, wouldn't that be great? Yep. Too bad I can't take Impact to them.
All right, Impactors! Listen, here's the deal. Obviously, we just announced that Impact is not going to be happening, and we're still a couple months away. CDC's made all these recommendations. We're going to be careful when we do this, but we are going to bring Impact to you. I've got a list. I've made a list. We're going to go alphabetical. Every single student that was registered for Impact, who just heard yesterday, I guess, was the Journal announcement. You guys have heard that it's not going to happen, and I know you're disappointed, but when this bus rolls around, you're going to be excited to know that Impact is happening. We're going to try and come visit every single camper. That's my goal. Starting with Charlotte, Ardsma, North Carolina. That's where we're headed now, and then we're just going to go down the list. Here it is, right here. But you can see the different things on there. You got pizza. Do you get a cookout? We brought the cookout for you. 9 Square. We got 9 Square over there. There's the Dora Experience. So the Dora Experience if it lands on Dora Experience, you get tackled by Dora Air Mattress. You get an air. We brought some air mattresses, and you get one to keep until next year's Impact. And then finally, the Bear on a Bicycle Experience. I don't know if you can tell. Right back past Gary the Snowman. That's the original Bear on a Bicycle bike from years ago. And you're going to get a chance to ride it. So that's it. And we're going to get started now. No time to waste. We're on our way to Charlotte, North Carolina. Impact on the road. Here we go. Yeah. Woo! I'm coming to your home.
I can't stop the nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance.
So
that was a high point.
it was a high. Well, I mean, as you can tell, I'm pumped.
Yeah, you're excited.
And I'll just let the rest of it play out for you. Some of you out there, some of you watching this know what's coming, but don't spoil it for everybody else. Anyway,
So-
now, no introduction for this next video, right?
Well, we kind of wanted to show you our reaction to finding out that this was going to happen on I think it was May 1st. You sent out a video on Instagram.
I think that's right.
May 1st.
I think that's right.
Yeah,
and you know, it's to say the
It
least,
was a sad day.
everybody was hurting that day.
This is a dark moment.
It's been a hard year.
But let's, I just got into the Enneagram, right, as you've all found out, and I'm just going to dive into this. I'm a 4. I like enjoying, I get into my feels. I like feeling things. So
I remember where I was when I heard the news.
yeah, so let's
The news that he's a 4 on the Enneagram.
No, that was just now.
I will say this: we decided how we would announce it using my journal to really, but there were board members who didn't know. I mean, they found out watching our Instagram feed how we were revealing it.
So let's watch
our reaction.
the reaction. A dark day in Impact history.
Huh. You may just be onto something there. Yeah. Impact Online. We could do it at the same time.
Are you kidding me? This is like the worst thing that's happened all year. Well, not the worst. It's like the 4th, the 8th, maybe the 15th or the 16th or the 23rd. It's like the 42nd worst thing that's happened all year.
Oh, brother. Why didn't Rubio send this to me? Why am I finding this out now? This stinks. What are we going to... Well, at least Skid won't lose the ball race.
So is it Skid's fault or Todd's fault?
It's got to be Skids.
It's a bear on a bicycle!
Bear on a bicycle. Bear on a bicycle. Bear plus bicycle equals bear on a bicycle. He's a bear on a bicycle. Bear on a bicycle. Bear.
So let's do this. Can I find out? Text Skidmore right now if you sang the Bear on a Bicycle song while the video was playing. What's your cell phone number? Just tell him your cell phone number.
No, I'm not
Does
gonna-
anybody know it? Do you know it?
I wish so bad he had memorized your cell phone number.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Well, anyway,
Hey, Dinox, tell me my cell phone number. What's my cell phone number?
listen.
Hey,
But seriously, I
look
do
it up.
love the idea that out there, while this video was playing, there were people singing. And also, I love thinking, because this is one of the other things, Todd, that you may want to bring up. Oh, by the way, look who it is.
Right.
We got Brew Brew with us.
What's up, Brewer?
You want to say anything?
Woo! Okay, so it's fun. The Bear on the Bicycle videos, we always try to take people by surprise. So you
Correct.
never know it's coming. I'd love to know how many people knew in the middle of it that was a Bear on a Bicycle video.
Well, speaking of Bear on a Bicycle videos, we had a debate the other day with a lot of the Impact people. What's the greatest series of videos in Impact history? And Bear on a Bicycle is either number 1 or number 2 by most people. And so we wanted to show you, because most of you have not seen a lot of these Bear on a Bicycles, but what a lot of us consider probably the best Bear on a Bicycle we've ever done.
This video is incredible.
Let's roll the footage.
Dark Phone's on the 3rd floor. Try the phone thing.
You try the phone thing. Let me take him.
Oh.
Error. System malfunction.
Steven, do something. Try something. Anything else.
It'll work.
I have my phone. It's in my bag. Here, take the baby. Here it is.
Can you?
trying.
Do you have a beeper?
I'm trying.
Can you fax somebody?
I don't. I can't get service. Really fast. Don't
Gold
break
level.
it. Oh, stop.
If I email someone, you think they'd get here in time?
Sure.
Will you climb to the roof? Can you climb to
Yes,
the roof?
yes, I will.
Here. There's no ceiling. You can't actually get out of that ceiling. Unless you unscrew this light bulb. I think it really is not. It's open enough. It's open enough.
I'm so upset. We have to get out of here. We have to get out.
Help! Help! Help us! Please!
I know, I love you.
Is there something wrong?
It's too hot to hug. It's too hot to hug.
We're running out of air. I don't know. You know, well, I'm just thinking about all the times we had together. 4 years.
I know.
These 4 years we've been married. This baby. Last 2 weeks of bliss. It's been wonderful. And I want to tell you that you have been. Wait a second. Is that a bear on a bicycle?
Are we using up all of our oxygen?
Bear on a bicycle. Bear on a bicycle. Bear plus bicycle equals bear on a bicycle. He's a bear on a bicycle. Bear on a bicycle. Bear.
Also, what's interesting about that video is that the male star, the husband in the video, the father. Oh, it's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Stephen. The father in that video has also been on the coffee house stage about as much as anybody other than the lead singer of Grits.
Grit.
Grit. Because Jetpack and then Jetpack UK, and then the Nobility. All of those bands. I don't think Molten Lava ever performed on the Coffee House stage. Stephen was also in Molten Lava. Anyway, amazing acting performance. Also, I don't think the word Alta Vista was used in the video. Maybe it was, but I laughed so hard when Stephen recommended using Alta Vista to search for a solution.
Did you bring your stopwatch?
I did bring it.
Just check it.
I did. I don't have it with me. It's in my camera bag.
That's really
Actually,
odd.
I think it may be in the tub that I'm traveling back and forth. Oh yeah, there. Throw me my.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So
I think one of us should be actually.
No,
have
I've got it. I've got the stopwatch. Thank you, Charity. And what's next?
Okay, well, we've got a brand new video to show, and that's a debut of. I don't want to
this
go
will be
into
fun.
anything.
Yeah,
What are you
yeah.
putting in my back? All right, so another.
Roll the tape.
It's weird doing.
It's not. It's great. Enjoy.
Roll. Oh, roll.
So there it is. It just ended. Skid, any thoughts on that video?
Well, I'm sure I liked it, but I haven't actually seen it as we're recording this. I don't even know what's on the video, but I know the subject matter, so I'm pretty sure I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
That's
that was
fun.
good. That was good.
That's great. I'm excited. Actually, I guess none of us have technically seen it yet. but
I saw it being filmed.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be good. Didn't you tell me you were thinking about something earlier today?
I was thinking about something earlier today. Well, Journal, we're at it again. Impact starts tonight. Oh man, it's hard to believe, really. So many things have been canceled. It's like the world's a completely different place from the way it was last year. But some things are still the same. You know, walking around Lipscomb University yesterday, I realized I love this place. I love what it stands for. I love the people here. I love the memories I've made. You know, I probably shouldn't have worn my Harding. What's that, Journal? Look over there. Anyway, Journal, where was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about how magical this place called Lipscomb is. How magical this place called Impact is. And you know, sure, I mean, some things are different this year, that's obvious, but a lot of it is exactly the same. I mean, you know, last night I realized that I said the sentence, "I'll be in the three-faced baby room." I mean, where else do you get to say that? Nowhere else, Journal. Only at Impact. And Impact is where we celebrate Father's Day. And although I was talking to some people and it seems like Father's Day may be something that happens everywhere. I thought it was just an Impact thing, but that really surprised me. I don't think my dad was surprised. And the nutty Impact creative team has been working hard for several days already to make this happen, this digital online version of Impact. And it almost feels like normal. You got Bob Ross here, and Mr. T is here, and I even got to spend some time with Dora the Destroyer the other day. You know, maybe it's true what they say. Sometimes people's names are just names and they don't describe them at all. Like, some people named Harry aren't Harry. I got to be around her and she seemed quite lovely. Dora the Lovely. It doesn't have the same ring to it, so I can see why she's kept the other name. But my point is, there's so many of the same people here. Maybe it really will feel just like Impact. I mean, Todd is here, and Skid is here. We got the roadies here, and the skit crew. Tucker and DeHurdy, and D-Knox, and Jay Moore, and Medeiros, and all the rest of the Impact Pump It Up crew. Aubrey's just as tall as he always was, and as sarcastic. maybe nothing's going to feel different. Of course, there are no counselors and no campers. We're not together. Everybody's potentially watching it in their home. You know what? Can we change the subject, please, and get back to the joy of impact? Journal, I'm looking forward to spending the week together. All right. Well, I guess you know this, but I'll tell you anyway. I love you, Journal. See you tomorrow. Yeah, that's
It's a little bit of a downer on some level.
You know, everybody's looking for silver linings
Right.
in all of this, but you just can't find enough silver linings to make up for the fact that we don't have students on campus with us to enjoy this together. So, it feels like now may be the time.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, let's do it, y'all. Let's do it. Now may be the time. I don't know.
Let me just get out of frame.
All right, here we go. Brewer, would you do the honors here?
Okay.
Throw that lever and let's, yes.
There we go.
You did this. It was you.
It's amazing how much stuff we do that's like horribly depressing. Like, it's just,
Well, I just love imagining what might have caused the scenario to happen. Some of you have seen those episodes.
Well-
we're at season 4 now, so things are getting really good. Laura's
Wow.
old enough for some really interesting
Wow.
things. So maybe there will be another one of those this week. Who knows?
so
Probably will be.
that's my guess. So what we're doing tonight, and we've gone through some fun videos because it's been a year since we have had Morning Impact. So tonight we're introducing a different concept for us, something called Primetime. And we've got David Knox here with us. You may have heard him sometimes.
Should we bring David Knox out here and let them look at his face just to see who we're talking about?
Well, that was what I was about to do.
Oh, you were about to do that.
Yeah, okay. So,
I think that was called an introduction.
so a lot of you know David Knox. He's performed magic on the stage in many ways, like acting and miming and things like that.
And comedy magic.
Yes. So David Knox is one of the most creative people on our team. And so what we're doing each night at Impact Primetime is we're going to combine a little bit of comedy with getting to know some of the...
I'm going to need to look up the definition of a little bit.
Just
sure.
get a selfie. So then we can... Hi. Oh, that was pretty good.
So I missed the joke.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
time for me to be real excited about David Knox coming out or not?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, David Knox.
Here, you can have my spot, David.
Are you're not gonna?
Yeah,
sing?
skid go off. Yep.
Oh. It's fun. We're at a two David Max.
No. So this is what's going to happen during the primetime segments at night is that we're going to talk about, we're going to have some fun, we're going to show some videos, but for the most part, it's going to be get to knowing the people that are invested in you. And basically sharing, their thoughts and their lives with us. And so you can get to know them a little better. And there's going to be people like, Mackenzie Lewis, David Knox, people that you see on stage, but you also see in life, your youth ministry friends. And also really bad.
Some of these people
see
are
in
your
life.
youth minister. Some of these people are on the Impact Pump It Up crew.
Yeah.
Some of these people work behind the scenes, and you really wouldn't know them unless you already knew them. But they help make Impact happen. I mean, Impact wouldn't be here. It wouldn't be what it is without guys like D Knox. Okay, so
Is that weird?
this is David Knox.
It doesn't digest.
David Knox. Did you just swallow your gum?
He just swallowed his gum
Isn't
before
that's a myth, right?
Wait, it's a myth that you swallowed your gum?
No. I swallowed it, but I mean, it doesn't really.
I don't know. There are several doctors, like medical people, that go to church with you. If you're watching, would you just text Enox and let him know if it's a myth that when you swallow your gum, it's a bad deal.
I guess I've always assumed that was.
And we will update you later on this. So anyway, we've got Denox with us. Denox. So first of all, did Todd introduce you as the host or the director of Impact Primetime each night this week?
I don't think he officially said that.
Do we want to save that for later in this interview?
It may not be that you see my face every night. There's going to be lots of faces. I'm just kind of helping us pull it off and coordinate it and helping invite you to the conversations we're going to be having every night as a part of Impact Primetime.
So what we're going to do with this time is just try to have some fun and try to learn a few things and maybe take a trip down memory lane, maybe. So Denox, first question. What were the contents of your last vomit? Do you even remember?
The only time I throw up is when I get migraines. And typically it's just watery. It's just it's just because I'm drinking a lot of water to get rid of the migraine, and then when I finally vomit.
And I should say thank you to Morris Gregoire for the contribution of that question from his book Asking Can Be Fun. Do you have a question?
Yeah, and the question I love to ask everybody is, what lunchbox did you carry as a kid?
I carried the only one I remember that actually had like faces and stuff on it was a G.I. Joe lunchbox.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah.
Knowing what you're having for lunch is half the battle. Okay, so when did you start coming to Impact?
2011 would have been my first Impact summer.
And you didn't come to Impact until you were hired as a youth minister here in town.
Hired at Otter Creek.
But if I recall correctly, that summer David and I worked together at the same church. So I do know that he started. Your first day was either late June at our camp, our summer camp that happens usually the week after Impact Single Tier, or it was July 1st. But in any case, you weren't yet employed at Otter Creek when you contributed your first video.
I did. I came up and spent the weekend, even though I was still employed at another church.
Wait. Should we show that video now? Should we show that video now? Maybe we'll just show a few seconds of the very first, if we can find it. And if we can't, we'll show a version of it. Of the first time we ever showed a Denox video at Impact.
Yeah.
Ya te lo advertí. Mira, Livia lo tenía muy guardadito. Entre el cielo y la tierra no hay nada oculto, pues. Hoy se le acabó el misterio. Oscar, escúchame bien. ¿Estás seguro de lo que estás diciendo? Porque hablar es muy fácil. Y levantar falsos también. ¿Pero qué te pasa, imbécil? ¿Me crees capaz de inventar algo tan grave en contra de nuestra propia hermana? Lo que pasa es que ustedes dos no ven más allá de sus narices. Tú, Juan, aquí encerradote en esta bendita panadería. Y tú, nomás anda ahí de mandilón detrás de esa golfa en la cantina. Y te estoy hablando, hombre.
Qué bueno que llegaste. Qué bueno que estás aquí para que aclares las barbaridades que está diciendo este.
¿Qué barbaridades?
A ver.
Pues aquí, tu hermano Oscarito. Vino con el chisme de que... Pues de que andas con un tipo.
Mira nomás.
Perdóname, Livia. Pero pues ya en el pueblo todo el mundo lo comenta y...
Dale con esa cochinada.
Bueno. Livia. Tú tienes que decirnos la verdad.
¿Y ahora qué te pasa? Pues que ya no nos tienes confianza. Te hemos fallado como hermanos. Ya no nos quieres.
¿Cómo no los voy a querer? Y ustedes han sido todo para mí.
Para mí, con el corazón te digo, olvidemos el pasado y lo que diga la gente, la verdad.
Genius idea. That is almost Dr. Pooh genius right there. Which we will not take time to watch.
I take full credit for the awfulness that was.
Do you have a favorite Impact memory? And then, David, get ready for like a searing, probing into the soul. Teens are going to learn something from D-Knock's question. But what's your favorite Impact bit of all time, or your favorite Impact skit moment, or your favorite Impact video?
So to think real quick, my favorite thing I was personally involved in was the very first time we did the mime, only because none of you had seen me before I came on stage, and it was just so much fun to watch that happen. And that was a very last minute.
We didn't even know it was going to happen. Were you a mystery guest?
Wait, no, was this not Race Against Mime?
It was Race Against Mime.
Oh yeah,
you knew the bit, but no one had seen me.
Yeah,
and it was just really fun.
This was where Todd. This was another one of the Rubio harebrained ideas where Todd had said, "Come up with like a minute to win it type game called Race Against Time." I misunderstood him and brought a mime with me to race against. So we had David race against an actual camper, I guess 2 campers, one from each side, and we had jelly and peanut butter and bread and a knife, and the race was to see who could make and take a bite of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich first, which of course you would
Turns out a mime is pretty good at that.
Actually, the mime lost bad because he's a perfectionist.
Yeah. Well, and I took time to wash my hands, and
it was really funny. Dave is a great mime. So anyway,
that was one of my favorite spiritual moment. I think it was last year in the skit, watching Patrick and Chamberlain hug at the end of the skit.
Oh, man, yeah.
And I don't have time to explain the context, but it was an incredibly emotional moment. Just a reminder of what kinds of things can happen in our hearts through watching things like that unfold.
Great stories. Really, yeah, that's good. That's good. Oh, David, give us one final question. I think is this the 5th one?
I don't know.
Is this the last question? Or? Okay.
Dave, my question is, aside from all the stuff that happens on a screen at Impact or on a stage at Impact, there are those moments that we're all going to miss this year because we miss all the jokes and the worship, and all those things are great. But what is an example of a moment or even a specific story of something that happens that nobody at Impact even knows happens because there's not a camera on it, nobody's broadcasting it, that you just say, that's what Impact is?
Yeah. I think for me that's group devos. That's those moments that it's just with you and the people you're closest to and the conversations that get to happen in those moments. And I can think of some very fond memories of being with my Otter Creek group and conversations that we had, or certain prayers over certain people that happened. And so I think that's what I'm going to miss the most, is the chance to gather with the teens that I know and love. I love all the teens that are in Impact, but there's a certain group that I love more than others because that's my family. And so I'm going to miss those moments of processing what's happening at Impact with them.
So those groups that are actually having maybe some smaller watch parties or larger watch parties, or even if you're just watching at home with a few friends, you can still have moments like that. You can still have those devos, and some of you are about to have those.
Yes, absolutely.
So why youth ministry? Why did you get into youth ministry is a partnership with parents and teens, all about spiritual growth. I mean, tell us why? Why?
When I was in 8th grade, I knew I wanted to be a youth minister and never really had any other plan. I just remember having conversations with one of my best friends, and we both decided we were going to be youth ministers. And he didn't, but I did. He bailed on. But that's all I had ever really wanted to do, and it was because of things like Impact. I didn't go to Impact growing up.
Yeah, what camp did you go to? Did you go to a camp?
I went to one in Arkansas.
Okay. Me too. Wildwood.
Yeah. I went to Uplift. But I also did my own church camp.
I should have seen that coming a mile away.
Yeah. My church did our own church camp at Naoti and at Valley View and Maribah and a number of different camps. We rotated every year.
I like the fact that somebody watching this that's not an Impact, just possibly right now, an 8th grader said, "You mean you can decide in 8th grade that you want to be in youth ministry and start preparing for that?"
Yeah, and it affected the direction of how I spent my high school life and my college life. It really did, because I knew that's what I wanted to do. So.
And you decided. Would you say you decided or you were called?
I think a little bit of both. I think I decided it
That's cool.
because I knew. It seemed like when I decided it was because I thought, oh, I get to go to camp every summer. That's awesome for the rest of
Right.
my life. But I think it grew into a calling as I began to put myself in places where I could have that calling affirmed.
Now, there's a pretty good chance we do not have time for this. But if there was one video moment from Impact or video or something that we could throw in here right before the very end of this segment, which again, I don't think we have time for, what would you want to see? Or what would you want to show them?
Oh, man.
Like, is there a magician moment over the years that makes it snow that you would want to show everybody right now, or no?
There's been a few make it snow moments.
We didn't even talk about your
floating table.
Yeah, there's been at least 4 floating tables. So,
Yeah.
so no, nothing.
I wish I had thought through that answer to have a better answer.
It
other than
really
watching-
doesn't matter because we don't have time to do it.
Yes, we do not.
But so let's hear it for David Knox. I love imagining that you're out there clapping.
Excited to spend this week with you.
Okay, that's it. So that's essentially, Todd. That's it. We're out of time for prime time.
That's right. We need to go to worship.
And we're kicking it to worship. So, hey, Jordan House, why don't you come on up here and get us ready for worship?
He's not here.
I was going to play the.
Sorry.
I was just going to roll. All right.